Good morning. I've never posted duplicate postings before. However, I was thinking about it last night, and there is so much that I wanted to say, and there wasn't enough room in the community posting. It only allows for like 5,000 words, which is just completely unbelievable, but I had more to say, so I decided to make a video in order to share with all of you a little bit more detail, the explanation about the Virgin Mary Unveiled. And I know it's hard for you to understand because you haven't experienced it, but one day you will experience it when you awaken Kundalini. Everything has an opposite. And as much as I did not want to believe that, even God has an opposite, which of course would be the Antichrist. Christ consciousness, Antichrist consciousness. We can also refer to it as the ego. We can also refer to it as Satan. You can call it, evil, you can call it negative energy, you can call it whatever you want, but everything in the physical world has an opposite, and I believe Hermes is the one who pointed that out thousands of years ago. Hermes Trismegistus. that's a name, the thrice great. And he did state that everything has a negative or an opposite. And along my experience of awakened Kundalini, it is true. And so, as it relates to physical creation, as it relates to the higher spiritual realms, that is the fix. That is the melding of the two energies into one. So, there are cycles to the energy. About, I don't know, 14 years ago maybe, I read this book called The Flower of Life by Melchizedek. It is a purplish soft cover book. It's probably like a 12 by 14 book. It is not hardcover, and it's not exceptionally thick, but it contains a load of information about the flower of life, about when you awaken Kundalini and you start walking the Kabbalah path, how the path work creates a flower, which then blossoms into a tree, and it is a continuous cycle throughout eternity. It's pretty amazing. And in that book, I'm not sure if it was the first or second volume. I think he has 3 or 4 volumes, but I didn't read all of that. He does talk about cycles of energy. And so there were cycles of the feminine, where the feminine ruled and reigned. And then there were cycles of the masculine, where the masculine ruled and reigned. And then it kind of continued that, continuous cycle of opposing energies. The end of the age is the fix where there are no longer those opposing energies, and it is a blend of the energies into perfect harmony. So what we saw, and what we have read, what we have images of in pottery and things like that from say 14,000 years ago even. We have the great mother goddess. We have statues of the female giving birth, the female held in reverence. And then in our most recent cycle, over like the past 5,000 to 10,000 years, we have had a supercharge of masculine energy. However, in all things, it cannot be one dominant over the other. even in human relationships, which is a microcosm of the greater cosmos. Human relationships are generally a masculine and feminine energy, regardless of the gender, of the physical gender of the person. There is still a more dominant masculine or feminine energy. And those energies both contribute something to the whole of the relationship. In a traditional male-female relationship, the masculine holds certain attributes that contributes, and the feminine holds certain attributes. And that needs to be balanced for a happy, healthy relationship. That is the same in all of creation. There are masculine and feminine trees. The consciousness of our world has to be balanced. Where there is an imbalance, there is dis-ease, disease. And so when I talk about the Virgin Mary Unveiled, I'm not trying to point fingers at the masculine saying, shame on you, because it really is not your fault directly. You can contribute to being the one to blame, but it is an energy cycle that is being shown to be out of balance. And how that manifests in the physical world is in your sacral chakra, your second chakra. So you have your root chakra, you have your sacral chakra, then you have your solar plexus. And in the abdomen area, those energies are really pertaining to root, basic human drives. And that manifests itself in your physical world. So if your sacral chakra is out of balance, which basically until you awaken Kundalini, everyone's sacral chakra is out of balance, then you need to do certain things that you can do in order to rebalance it. Right thought. The Buddhist right thought, right action, right language, that is very true. And you can do massage to start to try and rebalance your chakras. Ultimately, they will not be perfected to light until you awaken Kundalini, but you can certainly rebalance them so that women don't experience sexual dysfunction. Men don't experience sexual dysfunction. There is no imbalance in the sexual energies, and both genders experience the full dynamic of sexuality, which is the creative force. It is absolutely the creative force. It is if you don't physically create something, spiritually, it is creating your thoughts and putting that out into the world. So this season of life is a rebalance of the feminine power. And the stories of Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, they were all the same person. just different cycles of life. They were also like the shadow person. So my shadow would be basically the opposite of me. So they may have a similar look, but they are the opposite of me, and we all have one. You know, you've seen some of those funny commercials where the girl is kind of timid and she decides not to do several things in her life, and then the mirror image of her is like out there partying and having this, you know, great life experience, wealthy and happy, and you know, the other one is the loner. And that is the truth. That is the shadow version, the opposite. So what you don't do in your life that you want to do, your shadow self will do it. I know, it's so crazy. Why did God make this? I truly do not know, but it is, and I've experienced it. The Virgin Mary Unveiled, I'm going to leave that post up. I think I'm going to shorten it just a little bit so it fits in the community posts section, but I am going to put detailed, probably more detailed information below this video in the wording where you can read. So goodness and blessings to all of you. It is it is a learning experience, learning who I am and learning how God's magic manifests throughout all of creation in all of our lives every single day. We all evolve at a different rate, but there is great goodness in every day, and if you focus on that, the truth, all truths will be revealed. They don't have to be defended. They will stand on their own, and you will see in your time. You will understand in your time. So, as always, thank you for watching my videos. I hope you learned something. I hope that it makes you think. I always encourage you to do your own research. On the internet, there is a load of information. I try to find supporting information on the internet to give you places to go to look, but also to help you research and think about your understanding and your evolution in your spiritual journey. So I hope you have a very beautiful day.